Friends, this is not a drill. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a lovely week, a lovely day. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Emme, and if you've never been here before, you don't know what I'm about, I usually do videos based on living abroad, life in Canada, travel related stuff, and things like that. So if you're into that kind of content, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel and subscribe if you want to. Today's video is gonna be a bit of a weird one because I don't really know when I'm gonna be posting this. As some of you may or may not know, I started the process last year to apply for citizenship. As you may know, it takes a really long time to apply for anything to do with citizenship, immigration, Canada, and so I'm currently in that process. I'm in the waiting game, and I'm starting this video because when I post it, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm gonna be at the end of the waiting game and I'm gonna have, you know, achieved what I've set out here to achieve to do. But I wanna make a video because I know that a lot of people ask about this, a lot of people are really interested to know about immigration and the citizenship process and the application and things like that. So I'm going to try my very best to talk you through what I can and what I've done, and maybe it will help you. So as I already mentioned, I already started the citizenship process. I actually applied for it last year, and so far it has been a lot of waiting. Some people can do it online now, and I was able to do it online, which was awesome. So I applied for it, and then I waited 3 months to get a letter to say, yeah, we got your application. Thanks, Canada. I submitted it online. I had no doubt that you had the application. Anyway, after that, it was even more of a waiting game. You can sign on and kind of see your process, and there's like a step-by-step process, and it will say in progress or completed. But for the majority of my time, it's been not really doing much at all. Until a couple of weeks ago, where I got a notification to say that I had been scheduled for my test, which was very exciting and very nerve-wracking because of COVID. Most of the tests now, if not all of them, I think, are online, and so that's how I did my test. You basically have a set number of time to do it in, and you can kind of just do it whenever you want to. But yeah, I passed it. So that was great. I was really, really happy about that. That was kind of like the biggest, scariest thing. I was very, very worried. I did a lot of revising. As you can see online, they have like a revision book like that you have to read and memorize. And then also there are certain places online that you can go to, like the Toronto Public Library and Richmond Public Library, which have like practice tests that you can go and do. So I found those really, really useful. And yeah, I passed. It was great. I was super happy about that. And then after that, I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I've read online that it can take anywhere between like 3 to 6 months to get your citizenship ceremony invitation after that. One thing I did notice after I passed my test, it took a few days for it to kind of, you know, confirm that I'd done it, because I assumed someone had to review it. And then after that, really, really quickly, a bunch of the other steps got completed. So obviously they were waiting on that, or the system was waiting on that, and then it just like went through and it got approved or it got picked up or whatever. One thing I will say is that I know a couple of people who are going through the process at the same time as me. I don't know anyone else who's done it before me, or at least not done it in, you know, recent times, but the timelines are so different for everybody. Like I saw someone who got their letter to say that they had received the application in like a couple of weeks, and then obviously mine took 3 months. And then I know someone who applied a couple of days before me and then got their test weeks and weeks ahead of mine, and then haven't heard anything else since. So yeah, I think it's very the timeline's really, really weird. I've also heard that people have been waiting years for their citizenship applications. I'm not sure obviously what the difference is between applications. Some people's are more complex than others, not standard, etc. So yeah, with all of this kind of stuff, it takes time. So I know a lot of people are going to be asking me like, how long is it taking? Because right now it says 27 months processing time on the IRCC website, which is crazy. I know that when I submitted my application last year, it said 12 months. So in the last, what, 8 months or something, it's gone way up just because of like delays in processing of visas and stuff. So yeah, it's really, really hard to know. So that's really all I have for this section of the video. I figured that I would talk a little bit about why I decided to get citizenship, because not everybody has to, not everybody needs to, not everybody wants to. But for me, as a Brit, I hold a British passport, and luckily in the UK you can hold dual citizenship and you don't have to apply for dual citizenship, so all you have to do is kind of apply for your new citizenship in a different country and you're golden. That was one of the pros for it for me. Also, when you're a citizen you can vote. Right now as a permanent resident I can't vote, I can't do like high level jobs in government. Another thing about permanent residency, and this really was kind of the biggest reason why I wanted to apply for citizenship, because I knew that I could, was that permanent residency, although as a permanent resident it never expires, you have to reapply for your permanent resident card every 5 years, and in order to get your card you have to have been in Canada for a certain amount of time within the 5 years before you apply for it. So for example, if you got pulled away from Canada for some reason, if you had to go back for family, or you had to go on an extended trip somewhere, or you got a job opportunity elsewhere, if you're not in Canada you can lose the ability to reapply for your permanent resident card, which means that you can't get back to Canada. And a lot of people at that point have to like end up renouncing their permanent residency, like giving it up, which is kind of really sad, because as all of you who have been through the process, or who are going through the process, or who have researched the process and are about to go through it will know, it's very stressful and very long and very expensive to become a permanent resident. So with citizenship, obviously you have a passport and you can renew it every 10 years. There's no need to stay in Canada. You can basically go and you still keep your citizenship, which is kind of cool. It just offers a little bit more flexibility. And like I said, because I am allowed to hold dual citizenship, being from the UK, and also Canada allows you to hold dual citizenship, it really kind of was a no-brainer for me. That's why I decided to apply for citizenship. Again, it's not for everybody, and a lot of countries actually don't allow dual citizenship. A lot of countries have rules and regulations around having dual citizenship, so it's definitely not for everybody. Also, like I said, there's a lot of privileges that come with citizenship, but there's also a lot of responsibilities, like serving on a jury, for example. And yeah, that's pretty much why I applied. I think it will also be really nice because, as many of you know, my other half, Mike, is a Canadian, and it will be really nice to have the same citizenship as him. Also, having a Canadian passport traveling to the US makes it a lot easier, because like as a Brit, I have to get an ESTA, and you also have to get, actually I think ESTAs cover you for the land border now, but they didn't used to. So every time we drove across the land border, I had to get a separate like visa waiver for the US, whereas Canadians don't need that, and they can stay in the States for 6 months. As a Brit, I think it's 3 months. So there are a couple of like, it just makes it easier, especially, you know, when there's two of you traveling, going across borders, and you have different passports but you're traveling together. It doesn't always, there's not really usually an issue, but there can be. So I just feel like for us, traveling together with the same citizenship is just gonna be a lot easier. So yeah, that is it for this section of the video. The next section of the video will hopefully be me getting my citizenship ceremony invitation, and then planning for that and letting you know how it goes. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. I don't know when it's gonna be, but fingers crossed. Friends, this is not a drill. Okay, firstly, before you say anything, please ignore this weird breakout of spots, zits, pimples, whatever you call them in North America. I don't know what's going on with my skin at the minute. I used to have really clear skin. And then as I have gone into adulthood, I do not, you know, I've gone the opposite way. I didn't get them when I was a teenager, now I get them now, so I don't know. So I'm not wearing makeup today because I'm trying to air out my skin, so yeah. Anyway, that is not what this video is about. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. So was not expecting this at all, was not expecting to make this video like now, but here we are. I just got my invitation for my citizenship ceremony. I was just sat here, normal, everyday, living, and I get an email, and it's from this weird email I've never seen before, and all I see is sit. And I'm just like, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. And it was my freaking citizenship ceremony invitation. I can't believe it. It's been like 6 weeks, maybe less, since my test. I thought I was gonna be waiting until at least the end of the year, probably longer. Like some people have been waiting on their citizenship applications for years. I applied last summer, so it's not even been a year yet, and it's currently, there's like a 27-month wait on citizenship applications. So I don't know what crazy forces of the universe have decided that it's my lucky day, but it's happening. So I've been selected to have a video ceremony. If you don't know, all the in-person ceremonies got cancelled when the virus that shall not be named hit. And so they've been doing video ceremonies for most of the time. I think there's a few special ceremonies where they've been doing in-person or like hybrid ones. So I think they did one at the Calgary Stampede, they did one on Canada Day. But mine is online, it's a video one. And I think you can request to wait and have an in-person one, but why would I do that? So we're gonna have it. We're gonna do a Zoom ceremony. It's just this is the way of the world. And it is in less than a week. I have no time to plan anything. I'm gonna invite some of our friends over and we're gonna throw a little mini party, I guess, for my citizenship. And yeah, apparently the ceremony is 2.5 hours long. I don't know anybody who's been through this. Well, I know people who have been through it, but no one who's been through it like in recent times. Like I've met people who have lived in Canada for years and years who've obviously gone through it, but not recently, not like on the current like immigration journey path that I've been going on for the last 6 years. So I've really nothing, I don't know what to expect at all. I've done a bit of research into what to expect and they kind of explain it in the invitation. They have a lot of things that you have to do and what you have to bring, like pieces of ID, your PR card, things like that. And yeah, I guess it's happening. So this video is about me getting my Canadian citizenship after 6 years of being here. That is so crazy to me. I can't believe it. It feels surreal. I don't know how to think or feel. It feels extremely surreal and weird. I guess we're gonna go, I'm like, all I can think of is, I guess we're gonna grab some Canadian themed stuff for a Canadian citizenship pie. Like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. But it's weird because we won't be getting our like citizenship certificates on the day. I guess they'll just send them to us. And I'm really wondering, I've seen that usually people get these little maple leaf pins and I wonder if they send us one. I would love to know. But yeah, apparently the person who is doing our ceremony is in Manitoba. So I imagine there's going to be multiple people from multiple provinces. We can have people in the room with us, like, you know, as if like they were coming to like the in-person ceremony, but we can't like send the Zoom link to other people, which is kind of rubbish because I would have really loved to have sent it to like my family back home so they could watch it. But alas, I cannot. So it'll be me and Mike watching it. I'm not going to put our friends through that, so they're going to come later and we're going to celebrate. And yeah, I can't believe it. It's happening. It's happening. Like, this is the end of the road of my immigration journey in Canada. Well, not my journey in Canada, but like the immigration, like the whole process. Like, it's so crazy. I've been kind of reflecting on the whole adventure that I've gone through, like when I came here on a working holiday visa, and then I changed the visa so I could work in like multiple streams of work, so I could work in like schools, and then I had to extend the visa because I applied for permanent residency, and then I went through the permanent residency application, family sponsorship route, then I got permanent residency, and then I had to wait for citizenship, and then I applied, and here I am right at the end of the line. Like, after all of that like applications and exam taking and all of the evidence that we've had to gather over the years, like, this is it. This is the end. Like, this is the goal, and it's so close. And I really don't know what to say. Like, I'm lost for words. I really am. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. All I can think about right now is getting some Canadian decorations, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take you along with me for this whole journey. Obviously I'm not going to film the ceremony because, one, I don't think I'm allowed to, and two, that'd be weird. But yeah. I can't believe it, this is so crazy! Also, I think I'm going to make some not butter tarts, Nanaimo bars. If you don't know what Nanaimo bars are, or butter tarts, both of those things are very Canadian baked goods. I don't really like either. I probably actually like butter tarts more than I do Nanaimo bars, but I'm gonna make a Nanaimo bar because I really want to like Nanaimo bars, especially because Nanaimo is on Vancouver Island. And I'm gonna make some slight additions to it, or like substitutions, to try and make it like I'm gonna prefer it. I always find that they're too sweet and the ratios are not right. If you're from the UK, they're kind of similar to Millionaire shortbread, except for rather than the caramel in the middle, they have like a custard middle. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make those because I feel like they're Canadian-ish for our Canadian theme party. Probably gonna wear double denim because Canadian tuxedo, why not? And just be really super stereotypically Canadian. I'm still overwhelmed. Like, it's been a few hours now and I'm like, as if this is even happening to me. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Okay, we're in Dollarama and we're gonna get some Canadian supplies for a Canadian themed celebration. So much choice. Tempting. Okay, I have secured the goods. Luckily, it was Canada Day recently, so there was a bunch of Canada themed stuff in Dollarama, which I picked up. And it was kind of nice because we don't celebrate Canada Day for a lot of different reasons. So an excuse to have some Canadian themed stuff for a Canadian themed celebration is fun. And to be honest, I think this is gonna be my version of Canada Day. It's gonna be my Canadian Citizenship Day. So I got some little Canada flags, a banner. How sweet is this? Another like a flag banner, because you can never have too many banners. Some gel clings for the window. I really like this, this is kind of fun. And you know, some tattoos, because I don't know if we're gonna use these, but I saw them and I was like, yeah, for sure, we need those. So yeah, this is our party. The day has arrived. Oh my gosh, big day today. Friends, it's happening. I have my setup. Here. It's on a video call, so I really don't know what to expect. Feeling very nervous and excited. I can't believe the day is here. Ah, it happened! I'm officially a Canadian. That was a real interesting experience. Most of the ceremony was sitting in a breakout room waiting to be registered and then waiting for other people to be registered. During that kind of registration process, you had to cut up your PR card. So my PR card is cut up. And during that, I didn't just cut my PR card, I also cut my own finger. So now I can really say that the whole immigration process in Canada has really resulted in tears, sweat, and now blood too. So blood, sweat, and tears really is how it's been going. But we've reached the end, it's finally done. It feels very weird. The ceremony really didn't last that long. It was like 25 minutes, Mike's in the background. The ceremony was like 25 minutes long. They had like videos and there was a judge and other people. There was about 130, I think, candidates from 42 countries, and we were all over Canada, and it was really cool. Everyone had like Canadian flags on the backgrounds and stuff. So yeah, we had to say the oath. I did it in English and then in French, and then we sang the national anthem, and then we signed our oath form, emailed it off, and we're done. That's it. Now I have to wait for my citizenship certificate. But yeah, I'm officially a Canadian citizen and I can't leave the country now until I get a passport. So hopefully it comes fairly soon, so I can apply for a passport. But yeah, that was that was an experience. Also, in true Zoom fashion, like 5 minutes before the ceremony, they emailed us saying that the Zoom information was wrong and we had to go into a different meeting. Then people were like unmuted and there was echoing and dogs in the background, and it was like a true Zoom call, but it was still nice. They did a good job with it. So yeah, and then we got to take a picture with the judge at the end, and yeah, that was it. It was crazy. I'm glad that it's done, because now I don't have to worry about it, and now I just have to wait for my certificate to come in, and we're it. That's it. 6 years it's taken to get to this position. Actually a bit more than 6 years, because I applied for my working holiday visa in 2015, so a bit more than 6 years. But yeah, that is a long road, and I'm so freaking glad to be at the end of it. I'm gonna cut the video there, and if you enjoyed today's video, if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, drop them down below. Don't forget to like the video. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification to know when I next post a video. I post videos every single week. Usually it is about life in Canada, living abroad, things like that. So if you are interested, make sure to do all of those things. And until then, I hope you have the most wonderful week, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.